It's just so hard for me to believe that he's gone. And I haven't spoken to him for a long time, but still there is that connection. And I comfort myself today, just weeks after his death, that he's there, he's up there.
During the same trip to England, Michael attended a book launch. Uri had published letters he'd exchanged with his friend Rabbi Shmuley Ботек.
I wrote a book with Rabbi Shmuley Ботек called The Rabbi and the Psychic. Very, very sensitive, powerful book. It's actually started with me writing letters to Shmuley. He wrote back letters to me, and they were so profoundly deep and spiritual and sensitive and revealing that we decided, hey, let's create a book out of the letters because it could help a lot of people. So the book launch was scheduled in England, and Michael agreed to come and help us promote it. It was amazing.
The day after the book launch, Michael made his way to the Oxford University Union. He'd been invited to make a speech about the importance of good parenting and to launch a new children's charity, which he'd set up with his rabbi friend.
There was this huge, massive anticipation waiting for Michael Jackson to come. You know, I bet with you that most of the kids there did not believe that Michael will come. This was not true. And it was a rainy evening, and you know that there is space in the hall for maybe, I don't know, 300 people, maybe 400, I don't remember. My goodness, there were hundreds and hundreds of students lined up outside the auditorium, the hall. And when we arrived, it was... some were clapping hands, some were shouting, some were running to take pictures.
Michael had decided to speak about his childhood in his speech and to refer to his own difficult relationship with his father. Author Jonathan Margolis had been with Michael as he travelled to Oxford from London.
He decided he wanted to call his dad on the phone. And he asked me if I had a phone, which I had. He asked one of his many people in the minibus who had his dad's number in Las Vegas. I think he lived in Las Vegas. Dialed him, and there was this extraordinary conversation, of which, of course, I only heard one side, which was just sort of, oh, hi, Dad, I'm in England. I'm going to address the students at Oxford University, and I'm going to talk about you. But it's OK, it's in a very positive light, nothing to worry about. And the father said something, and he listened, and he finally said, Dad, I love you, and then handed me the phone back. And he kind of looked out the window at the traffic on the M40 and said, you know, I don't think I've ever said that to him before.
At one stage of his speech about his father and forgiving his father, he broke down and cried. It was just maybe 30 seconds to a minute. But it was real, it was genuine. And Michael didn't cry in kind of public places, unless I'm wrong, but it was very, very emotional. And I think all the students were with him. There was silence. We all know that his father was a very strong man, who wanted Michael to be a superstar. And we all read the times when Michael stood by a window, 5 years old, 6 years old, saw other children play baseball, basketball, and then he was probably dragged back into the room to rehearse and practice and sing. So he lost his childhood.
He rocks in the treetop all day long, happy mama that's singing his song. After the battles on Jaybird Street, down there the rhyme go tweet, tweet, tweet. Rock your Robin, oh, rock your Robin.
Friends say it was his attempts to recapture his lost childhood that led to an obsession with Peter Pan.
Hey!
Theatre director Trevor Nunn met Michael in the 80s when he was seeking his advice about staging a new tour.
When I was talking about the kind of staging that I'd done in a show called Starlight Express, he said, that's so much the kind of thing I want to do. I want to do something different. I want to be able to fly over the audience. And I said, that's not a problem. I was kind of bantering, I suppose. No, there's no difficulty. I had people flying over the audience when I did Peter Pan. And it was like I had pressed a button that would give him an electric shock. Everything changed. He sat bolt upright. He grabbed the arms of the chair. He said, "You did Peter Pan?" I said, yeah, I directed it in London. Oh my God, you directed Peter Pan. And the excitement was just overwhelming. He jumped up, he walked around the room, he kept repeating, "Peter Pan, oh my God, Peter Pan." And then I explained to him that we had done the show in London using adult actors to play the children. And that took it one stage further, because suddenly he was like with eyes brimful with tears, and he came across the room and he knelt down in front of me and he grabbed my knees and he said, "Could I play Peter Pan? Is it too late for me to play Peter Pan?" It was just the two of us in this huge room. And I've since wondered, well, how often could he reveal that childlike part of himself? And the discussion about Peter Pan not only released it, but I think it showed me that it was not so much a part that he wanted to play, it was the person he wanted to be.